And welcome back to another video. Was not kind of raspy this time, but you can see here a little bit of a starter thing. As of probably like early this morning, got a notification. A lot of people talking about it. You know, the head coach of Mississippi State, Mike Leach, passed away this morning. And of course, I'm not a Mississippi State fan. Hog for life, I guess. Oh, no, I know I am, But, the sports world, remembering this guy, the things that he's done and all, just giving a special shout out to him. So remember him, and let's go ahead and go right into it. And not going in any specific order, I'm going to get my start of week 15, by the way. Not going in any specific order, we've got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. The Ravens played another AFC North opponent last week. Got the win there in a close one. The only touchdown was by J.K. Dobbins, the man who returned. The Browns, they played pretty close with the Bengals. Of course, the Bengals hadn't really won with Joe Burrow at the helm in his career with him. So, might as well start something new. So, I had no idea who was going to win this one. I could have picked the Browns. However, look at what the 49ers are doing. As we're going to get to them in a quick minute. I'll be surprised by their pick. Anyway, I'm going to pick the Ravens because, look, you see what San Francisco is doing with Brock Purdy. Not necessarily the best quarterback in the world, but he could be the best quarterback in the world if he really pertains to trying. They may not. They may start Trey Lance or Brock Purdy. I can see that next year. We'll get to that in a minute. This is the same situation. They don't have Tyler Huntley. They don't have Lamar Jackson. So, it'll be an interesting situation, but basically, the song wants the same way. He's not playing up to his full potential. So for that reason, I'm picking the Ravens in a very close one, even closer than last week, to get the win. Moving on to the next game. The other one was a Saturday game. This one is a Sunday game. And by the way, last week I went 7-6. And with that one there, I pretty much went 8-6 because they didn't get that 49ers Bucks pick in. Now we got all of them in because really, this week is kind of a little bit easier than normal. But now we got the Chiefs and the Texans. The Texans almost winning on Sunday against the Cowboys. They could have won at that point. With all regards necessary, they should have won. However, they did not. Obviously, Dak Prescott being one of the best quarterbacks we've seen on the last game-winning drive. But pertaining to that, we get the Chiefs who actually did pull off the win in a close, was it a 13-point win, I guess? It was closer than what you would have thought because technically throughout the entire second half, besides the first touchdown in the second half, there was no score. So basically they, won but lost. I am going to go with the Chiefs. However, the leads will be back and forth. The Texans will have the lead in some points of this game. If they did the same thing they did running the Jeff Driscoll, Davis Mills thing, they will have a good chance at winning this game. However, if they don't, they're not going to score a single dang point. But the Chiefs win anyway. And next up on our Week 15 matchup, we got the Cowboys at the Jaguars. The Cowboys barely getting the win on Sunday. They had to have a game-winning drive to do so. Coming out clutch with their defense, stopping the Texans on fourth down. Jeff Driscoll could not get into the end zone, and they forced a turnover on fourth and goal. Went 90-odd yards down the field to score the last drive touchdown. And, the Texans nearly won, but they lost in dramatic fashion. The Jaguars did not lose in dramatic fashion, and they won in dramatic fashion by 15 points, which in my opinion is probably the best they could have done all season. And I think that's actually about 14 points. Anyway, they got the win. I am going to pick the Cowboys. However, it's going to be a lot closer than you would have thought because they're looking to make a playoff spot. Without this win, they're out completely. So I think the Cowboys do get the win on Sunday, and they're going to get ready for the showdown next week on Christmas Eve. I believe if it's on Christmas Day, I mean, it's good. It's not Christmas Day. However, this is on Christmas Eve against the Eagles. A week from now, after that, well, 2 weeks from now, pretty much, but same thing in their showdown. But Cowboys win, close one. Down to the wire, by the way. And next up on our matchup, we've got the Miami Dolphins going into what could be a good snowy game against the Buffalo Bills. Yes, you heard that right. Could be a snow blast. Expected 7 inches on Saturday night. And what could turn out to be a great one. Get our first preview of what is to come of this December. Could get a Christmas preview because we're not going to get that many this year. Now, with the way it is playing out, we saw the last matchup in Week 3 at Miami. It was 90 degrees down there. It's going to be complete opposite probably, and it's going to be 30 degrees, maybe below zero at this point. But with snow, it's going to be hard. You're going to see Tua throwing the ball downfield. I did the throwing motion with my right arm, by the way. Down to Tyreek Hill. You're going to see it to Jalen Waddle. You're going to see a lot of running. You're going to see Josh Allen hurtling through the snow. It's going to be a lot of fun. And a lot of snow angels will be made probably. This one's kind of an upset. You might be wondering, how is it an upset, if you will? Well, because, look, they lost last week, right? Lost the week before. They would have been in the division lead at 10-3. And we would have been seeing 2 10-3 matchups going at each other. Now, we've got an 8-5 team going against a 10-3 team. I'm actually going to pick the Dolphins. I know I'm going all the way right now. This is pretty much how it's going to be for now. I only picked 4 home games to get 6 home games to win. So, But this is one of those that I believe if the Dolphins come in to Saturday night with with the momentum, they come in strong. Because look, the last time they won barely, but they won because they knew that they could get it. And that's how they took over the division for a short amount of time, and then they got it back for a short amount of time, and there you go. Now, with the way it's looking, it's just looking like the Bills are going to win, but the Dolphins could potentially get this one, and they could take it all the way. So I'm going to pick the Dolphins for kind of an upset to get the win here. And the next Sunday matchup, we've got 2 teams of destiny. Well, only one team of destiny, but between the Detroit Lions and the New York Jets. The Lions getting the win as Vegas actually expected them to get the win. Yeah. And the Jets, they were not expected to win, and they did not win. They lost by 8. They could have got the win. Their defense showed out. Snow kind of deteriorated them. The people of Buffalo are used to it, especially the Bills themselves are used to the snow. Lions, they're not so much used to the cold weather. They came into MetLife against the Giants. They got the win. And they're coming in here on a Sunday in MetLife Stadium again to see if they can do that against the Jets. Now, their defense is playing a little bit better. Their defense is playing good too. Probably wondering, who's going to get the win here? Well, it's a very good question. And you're going to be surprised by this. I'll pick the Lions. Now look, here's the only reason why I'm picking the Lions because, well, actually, two reasons. No, three reasons. One of the reasons is why because look, they're a team of destiny. They want to make the playoffs. Two is because they had the offense to do it. Their defense is like the Bengals from last year. They're underrated. They can get the job done when they need to. But the main reason, only main reason why they're going to get the win is because they technically don't have a quarterback. Now, Mike White comes into place. He's playing at home. He's 2-0 at home in his career, right? You realize that. But without Corey Davis and without Breece Hall, now they've done some good without him this year. Yeah, they've gotten 2 wins without him. However, I just don't see it happening. I see the Lions going to 500 for the first time since week 2 of this season, and they're going to get the win. And another upset. It's happened, I think twice. It happened last week. Maybe once, but anyway, Lions get the win. Hard fought, high scoring, could be a sneaky good game on Sunday. And next up, we got 2 West Division battles between the NFC West team, the Cardinals, and the AFC West team, and the Broncos. 2 very bad teams, under 500. Just looking to battle it out. I mean, see who really is worse than the other. I'm going to say that the Broncos are worse than the Cardinals, and here's why. Because they got some offense working last week, and I really should have picked the Broncos in this one, man. But in the second half, then again, they really couldn't get done. Their defense showed out a little bit, and they got the fumble that was brought back. But still, I believe that the Cardinals are going to get done. And I know I just heard that Kyler Murray's out. But look, we've seen it happen before, right? It's called an upset for a reason. You just don't see it coming. I see it coming. And even if it doesn't even matter, I mean, I still see it coming this way. So, yeah. Basically, they're going to get the win. Hard fought, but they're going to get the win. Just, if it don't happen, that's on me. So, anyway, Cardinals win. And another matchup that kind of does matter, kind of doesn't matter. Talking about for both team situations. Patriots at the Raiders. And what coulda, shoulda, woulda matchup. And the Patriots, they won on Monday night in a big way by 2 scores. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer to the end because like 11 minutes left. But, the game was over before it could even start. No, I'm just kidding. It was over when they scored the Patriots' last touchdown. So, and the Raiders, they could have won. They could have won in so many ways, and they could have had the same record as the Lions. However, we're not going to get to see the next week matchup between the Raiders and the Steelers, both at 500, because it's just not going to happen. Now, I do see the Patriots actually winning this because, look, the Raiders season is over. The Steelers season is over. You just don't see it happening anymore. Now, if for some reason that I'm wrong, you can count me wrong. But it just don't seem like it's going to happen for the Raiders. Next year is going to be a better year because they're finally going to get working, finally going to get it all together. So the Patriots win. They're going to move up in those standings and in the playoff standings too. So, yeah, Patriots win. So you might be looking at me like a crazy person. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why the Bears are going to win. They are not gonna win. That's a good enough reason. They're not gonna win. I was just joking. If the Bears win, then they got something wrong with them, I guess. I mean, they're preparing for a big showdown on on Christmas Eve, I believe Christmas night, and it's going to be a showdown. Well, whenever this game is, it's going to be a showdown, and they're preparing for it. We might as well talk about it right now. Now, obviously, Odell Beckham Jr. is not going to go there because they picked up T.Y. Hilton. He's not going to go to the Bills because they picked up Cole Beasley. I know where you're getting it. I know you want to know where I'm getting at, right? He could go to the Giants. I mean, he could just miss out on the rest of this year because nobody really needs him, and just go to the Bills or anywhere. I don't know. But here's the thing: they're gonna win. It's obvious. Like, it's gonna be closer than normal because Justin Fields is gonna play pretty good. But however, it's between two running quarterbacks. This game is gonna be fun. It's not fun enough for anything in a contention area for the Bears. So they lose, they win in a big way. And the Rams and the Packers are going to play on Monday night. It's not the last matchup, though. And I know this really doesn't mean anything for both the teams. However, it's going to be a fun game. Now, you might be wondering, how's it going to be a fun game? Well, here's why. Because both these teams won in a big way. Both their offenses played in a big way. You know, Christian Watson is pretty good. Aaron Rodgers is still playing up. He's gotten healthier. Baker Mayfield showed out on Thursday night. And wondering who's going to win. Who's going to win this game? I thought about it a little bit. It was a hard one. It's going to be close. I think the Packers are going to win. Now, are they still a team of destiny? Maybe for the 7th seed. But they got to run the table. Now, it is looking very likely that they will. But they got a matchup between the, I don't know who they play next week. But I think in week 17, they host the Vikings on Sunday night, and it's going to be a big matchup, and we all thought this was going to be for like the division and things, and it's not going to be for the division, but it's going to be for something, but they are going to win. They're going to try to get to some kind of record by week 17, and voila, Packers win in a close one. So now this is another 50-50 matchup. And you're wondering, why is another 50-50 matchup? Because both teams need a win. They've got the same record. And one of the others is just looking for a win. Now, some people are saying that the Titans are going to win. Some are saying that the Chargers are going to win. And it's kind of a 50-50 matchup. I'm going to make it 51-49 by going with the Chargers. Now, here's why. Because, look, they could not get anything going against the Jags last week. They could get something going against a very good Dolphins team who lost the following week and the week before that, and they faced a deteriorated Dolphins team who could not get it going on offense the past week. So the Chargers are going to win. They're trying to get into the 7th spot. And, with the Patriots loss, they get in. With a Chargers loss, they don't get in. Both the Patriots and the Chargers are team of destiny. It just gets harder from here, but the Chargers win. All right. Colts play the Vikings. Who am I kidding? If the Vikings lose 2 straight, that might as well be frauds. Now, they got beat up on Sunday night 2 weeks ago. So if they somehow some way win against the Vikings on the road, there's something wrong with Kirk Cousins. Because that place is going to be loud. Everybody is going to be cheering because they have a good team in their place. It just all makes sense, right? Vikings going to win. I believe their defense is going to get back on track. It'll be close because, I mean, it is on Saturday, so we kind of got to watch it. But Vikings win, bounce back. And now to another matchup between the Steelers and the Panthers. The Panthers. Oh my goodness. They're still in the running for the division. I studied there because it's kind of like, what? No. Yeah. Steelers, they're still in the running for it because the teams ahead of them, we got 5 wins, and 2 of them got 9 wins. And if they lose out, they win out, they get the division. It's not going to happen though. I think the Panthers are going to win. Now, I know what you're saying. I'm a crazy person, but look, Sam Darnold had another decent week. He threw it to Terrace Marshall, and it was a leg catch. They're playing for the division at this point. Now, they got a very good matchup next week, I believe, against the Lions. And if they win out, they get to have the division. They get to have the division, but they got to play the Bucs in Week 18, so good luck with that. If they win that, I mean, 8 and 9 team had the 4 seed again. Anyway, Panthers win. They're trying to get to the playoffs, and if they run the table, they get in. They deserve it. I don't see them doing it, but they could do it. They played good against the Seahawks. They're going to try again. So Panthers get the win, spoiling Mike Tomlin's way of trying to get to 500 once again. Panthers win. All right, boring game between these two. I saw the Falcons winning because it's just the Falcons, man. They're trying to get in contention for the division too. Contention for the division. They're contention for the division. And I see the Falcons trying to get there. Now, the Bucs loss this week, if that happens, which we're going to get to in a minute, let's go ahead and get into it. And both these logos kind of mean the same thing. So the Bengals and the Bucs going at it. What was America's game of the week? I could see why it would be, because it's Joe Burrow going against Tom Brady. Both teams trying to get to the top of the division. Now, if the Bucs lose this one and the Panthers win, they're both going to be 6 and 8. And if the Falcons win, they're going to drop down for number 1 and number 3. That's going to be the hardest thing. Because if Tom Brady just, he can't do it, I'm just saying, it's going to be something else if that actually happens. Their offense is not working. Now, they played against a very good 49ers team, and just defense overall, Overall, they're just a good team. I actually see the Bengals winning. Not because I like Joe Burrow. Because, look, they're playing good without their star players. They got their star players back. They won. They're going to win in a big way. Now, it will be close because it's Tom Brady, right? You're saying that, and they lost by 28 points. Now, bear with me. It should have been 35-0. I'm just kidding. I believe the Bengals will get the win. It's going to be close. I believe it wouldn't be close if this was the real Bucs that were playing. But, yeah. Anyway, they win in a big way. All right, then we got the Sunday night matchup between the Giants and the Commanders. They were on a bye. They got destroyed. This basically all sums up. I got the Commanders winning, and it was coulda, shoulda, woulda matchup 2 weeks ago. And just saying it as that way, the Giants going to drop down another game. They could have been 12-5 this year, but they decided to just be 7-5 and 1 and just keep it going. They could have won, but they didn't, and they could have won last week. But sadly, because their momentum was failing and they just couldn't get it done, they didn't win. So the Commanders are going to win, and let's get on to the last matchup. And for the last matchup, it's the Thursday night. We start at the beginning. We end at the beginning. We always do. It's the Niners at the Seahawks. And you could see this game as a potential upset. It's going to be a really good game. Overall, it is. Even if they are behind 2 games in their division, they cannot drop 2 more games because they're going to drop even further behind. Their division is not. I mean, obviously they're probably going to be second in their division overall, but they got to play. They have to play after this. They got to play the Chiefs, and they got to play the Jets, and then they got to play the Rams. So, I mean, not a very good schedule. If they win this game, they got a 77% chance to make the playoffs. If they lose this game, they have a 24% chance, I believe I saw. They cannot lose this game. They're going to have that momentum in them. They're going to have, they're going to run off that momentum, and they're not very likely to win this game. It is so out of proportion that they would win this game ever in history. It'd be the biggest upset. Well, it would be the biggest upset. It'd be such an upset that none of us actually expected. I'm going to say, and I'm going to be a little out of pocket here, and I'm going to say the Seahawks win in an upset. It's going to be close. It's going to come down to a dang near field goal, maybe by a point. But here's why. Because they want to try to get to the playoffs. These 2 teams, they hate each other. They really do hate each other. I mean, 1 because of division rivals, and 2, I mean, they just dang near hate each other. Now, could the Niners win? Yeah, they got a very good chance to win this game. But the Seahawks, they're trying to see what they can do with this win. They're trying to get to the playoffs. They're very likely that they will because of how many things are going to happen, but I believe that they will, starting with this win. And then maybe they'll upset the Chiefs and maybe the Jets the next week. Now, does it look like it's going to happen? Not very likely. Are they going to run the table and get to the playoffs? Well, I see them at least dropping 1 more game. This cannot be one of them. So I'm going to see the Seahawks winning by maybe 1 to 3 points. Can you believe that? Me picking that team? It's insane. Anyway, thank you for watching this one. I saw had many views I got. I know it's kind of puny for me to say that. 49 to 50 on this past week. So anyway, I'm going to go and see you guys next week.